Welcome to Old Folks Racing PlayStation. This is round 4, so races 7 and 8, and what a beautiful classic Formula 1 car we have, the Lotus Type 78 with the 4 Cosworth engine. We are at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza, the current version, and qualifying has already taken place with Cavallo and Diogo Silva on the front row, Jorge Jesus and Darren Head on the second row, Jim Puster making his debut in Old Folks Racing PlayStation with Simon Allen on the third row, and away we go, and someone has missed the tire that almost contact there. That was Stuart Brand also getting into back on the car. Here comes Diogo Silva for the lead, and here comes Jorge Jesus making it 3 wide through the first chicane, and who's gonna get it? It is Jorge Jesus, but he cannot brake, and he's going to cut the chicane, and already we have drama here at Monza because Jorge Jesus clearly took the lead by cutting the chicane. Diogo Silva is in second, Cavallo from pole position is down to third. Darren Head maintains fourth as Jim Puster and Simon Allen also maintain their positions, and here comes the second chicane, and of course we have quite a big drafting effect here at Monza with this car, and Diogo Silva is already thinking about using it as they go through the second chicane. Diogo Silva now defending from Cavallo, who is coming on the outside of the first Lesmo. Didn't quite work there. We have 12 laps in this race, so plenty of time for Cavallo to try to charge back into the leading positions, and now he's charging back almost into the grass there as he desperately tries to overtake Diogo Silva. This is a nice battle in the early stages of this Monza race. It is the 7th race of the championship, and here comes Cavallo on the inside through the Ascari chicane, and he does it. No, Diogo Silva comes back. Beautiful battle with everyone just leaving room. Look at that, very high on the curbs there, Cavallo, and he's going to lose momentum there. Darren Head, where is he? He's right behind Cavallo as they get through the parabolic on the first place. Look at this Darren Head, it almost looks the same car. Darren Head now on the inside. It didn't quite work there in the classic John Player special livery, but as you can see, it's already visible that this car is not the easiest combo to overtake and follow another car. There is a big drafting effect, but there's also a little bit of turbulence coming with it, and they complete the first lap with Jorge Jesus mysteriously avoiding a penalty. I don't know if he slowed down enough there, because clearly he cut the chicane. I think he's saved by the fact that he was already in the lead as he took... Oh, and that's Jim Puster, the rookie, making a mistake there in the first chicane, losing a position from... Oh, he's lost a lot of positions actually. He is down in 9th place. He was in 8th, and Jumbo has overtaken him in the first chicane. That was the rookie Jim Puster, very fast driver indeed, but having a little bit of a hard time with the default setup rule here in Old Folks Racing, as Jorge Jesus now is in the grass, and here comes Diogo Silva. Didn't quite work to make a move, but now he is going to make a move. Yes, oh, Diogo Silva is in the grass there as he couldn't control the car. Cavallo is in second place, and someone has got that's Darren Head in the grass as well. So lots of drivers losing it in the second chicane, in the second Lesmo, sorry, and here comes Cavallo for the lead. Would you believe it? Cavallo from third to first in a matter of a few corners, and that is a commanding move by Cavallo, and he wants that lead, he wants that championship lead. Of course, he's battling with Diogo Silva and Darren Head for that championship lead. Here comes Diogo Silva now on Jorge Jesus, and I think that's going to work there as Diogo is going to... Oh, we suddenly move to Darren Head making a move on Simon Allen, and that is the side-by-side through the parabolic, and side-by-side as well there for Jorge Jesus and Diogo Silva. What has happened here? Diogo Silva lost a lot of momentum there, and here I think there was a collision. Between Jorge Jesus and Diogo Silva. Here comes now Diogo Silva on the inside of Jorge Jesus again. Didn't quite work, but what a combo of drivers we have here. This is second, third, fourth and fifth, and all of a sudden Jorge Jesus and Diogo Silva, who were in second and third, became fourth and fifth, and I think we understand there has been a collision at the end of the parabolica as Jorge Jesus spun and Diogo Silva could not avoid him. And here comes Jorge Jesus now on Simon Allen into the second chicane. Oh, contact there, oh, and that is contact, and Simon Allen is delayed. Jorge Jesus is delayed because he was stopped in the middle of the track and Diogo Silva could not avoid him. And look at that, there's lots of other drivers there at the back. This is complete mayhem here at the second chicane. Fortunately, everyone just continues, but the worst out of this is Jorge Jesus that has lost 4th place. He was trying to attack Simon Allen. It was a little bit of an ambitious move there for Jorge. I think Simon was entitled to that racing line in particular, and Jorge then spun, and in the middle of the track he was hit by a number of other drivers. So Jorge is in 9th place now. Here is Scott Davely in 5th place now, and Scott is under pressure from Jumbo, who's under pressure from Stuart Brand and under pressure from Dale Taylor. So quite a lot of battles here in the midfield. Look at this. This is Scott Davely trying to defend, and here comes Jumbo on the inside. That was a good move, and I think that don't side contact now. Oh no, they crashed now. They crashed, Scott Davely, and I believe it's Stuart Brand that have collided. Yes, that is Stuart Brand there, and that was just a little bit of a racing incident there, as Scott Davely was trying to defend from Jumbo and ended up also losing there some momentum, and Stuart Brand couldn't really avoid joining that particular piece of action. Here comes now Scott Davely on the outside, and on the inside that's Jim Buster, yes, making a recovery after that, after losing some time in the early laps. We are already on lap 4, and we didn't quite see this, but Diogo Silva is also now ahead of Simon Allen, and I think that's still part of the same incident. Simon didn't lose that much time, but he lost a little bit of momentum, and I think that Diogo was able to then overtake. So now Kev Allen, with all of this, has quite a lead over Darren Head. I'm sorry, Darren Head is in 2nd place, of course, 3 seconds behind Kev. Now Diogo Silva is, well, not far from Darren, has to be mentioned. I don't know how that happened either, but Darren must have made some sort of mistake. And here comes now, this is the battle between Jumbo and, Jumbo into the, not in the barrier, I'm sorry, but definitely there into the gravel. And here comes Jorge Jesus on Dale Taylor. It didn't quite work for Jorge Jesus there, because he hit the back of Dale Taylor, and then now he's stuck in the barriers. And Dale Taylor has also lost time in the process. We couldn't quite see what happened to Dale, but I think he must have lost the control of the car after being hit from behind, and all sorts of incidents happening here at Monza. And with all of these, I think some drivers that actually had lost time earlier have recovered some time now, and that includes Scott Davely, that of course had that collision with Stuart Brand at the Parabolica. He's now back into 6th. This is Jim Buster now on Scott Davely, and Scott Davely clearly has not been able to run on his own. He's always with some company or another. Here comes Jim Buster now on the inside of Scott Davely and into 6th spot, which is a nice debut for the Finnish driver. We hope to see him back soon in Old Fox Racing PlayStation. This is Stuart Brand. Stuart is in 9th spot. 10th is Jorge Jesus, and Dale Taylor is in 8th place. So these are the drivers that have been affected by various collisions, and Dale is now trying to defend on the inside of Stuart. There's George trying to make a move, didn't quite work there at the exit of the 2nd chicane. Diogo Silva and Darren Head are just having their own head-to-head, and look at this. This is Darren already trying to break the draft there from Diogo, but we still have quite a lot of time left, and these drivers, if they work together, they could potentially challenge for the lead still. 3 seconds, that gap that Kev Allen has over both these drivers. Look at this now. Diogo is really on the back of Darren, and I think that he will try to draft him into the first chicane. Darren already trying to protect the inside, leaving the outside for Diogo. Let's see if Diogo is going to make a move in the first chicane. No, he's not. He is not making a move at this point. We'll maybe try to do a move now at the exit of, and that's a good exit from the first chicane by Diogo Silva. And look at that, Darren already protecting the line as well. and look at this. This is a very big battle. There's the championship leaders. So look at this. They're not giving much space there to Diogo, but Diogo now is going for it, and I think he's got the job done because he is going for the inside there and close, shuts the door there, shuts the door and uses contact, various forms of contact, but somehow Darren Head continues to be ahead in this particular time. That's a nice bit of argy-bargy there at the second chicane. I think these drivers still left a little bit enough room to each other, but that's the battle that Kev Allen probably is loving to see, because his gap all of a sudden has grown from 3 seconds to almost 5 seconds. So definitely this battle is helping Kev Allen, also helping Simon Allen in 4th place to not lose sight of this battle. We can see there in the back straight, we can see the top 4 here, Kev Allen, Darren Head, Diogo Silva and Simon Allen. Can we see the 5th place man? Not quite. That is Jumbo. Jumbo is already 23 seconds from the leader. Look at this, Diogo Silva makes a mistake there. Diogo Silva makes a mistake, almost loses it, but definitely lost some time in that yellow car. Dale Taylor is now behind Scott Davely, and Scott really cannot help it but to battle with other drivers. Here comes Dale Taylor now on the inside or outside of the approach to the parabolic, and Dale is going for it, and he's going to go for that's the battle for 7th. So definitely Dale Taylor making a very clean move there on Scott Davely. Scott trying to remain on the outside. Now he's going to try to draft from Dale Taylor, and where in the middle of this is Jorge Jesus. He's in 10th spot. The leader at the end of the first lap is currently in 10th and not making much progress. And here comes now Scott Davely on the outside of the first chicane. It is a tricky place to pass, as Max Verstappen will attest to, but still Scott manages to put pressure in on Dale, sorry. And maybe he's going to be able to make a move in the second chicane, but we're now following the leader. We haven't seen too much of Kev Allen since he took the lead on the second lap, and that was a very good move indeed, where he overtook Diogo Silva, and then within a couple of corners overtook Jorge Jesus for the lead. Since then he has maintained that lead. Look at that, Simon Allen there a little bit into the gravel, and now making a very strange line here and into the gravel. Will he spin? And the answer is yes, he will spin. Reset button activated, and there he goes again. He maintains 4th place because Jumbo is still a few seconds behind him, but I think that's probably, with no mistakes from the top 3, that's probably the end of Simon Allen's challenge for the podium here today. The reigning champion again not very comfortable in this combo, and this is Stuart Prince. Stuart has been well, he's behind Scott Davely, who else, and that's how it all started. So it's all circling back to what it was. It all started with Stuart Brand and Scott Davely colliding at the parabolic, and look at this, they're now nose to tail. And also Alonso Afonso, Jorge Jesus is having a think about gaining 2 places in one go, and look at that, there he goes. Now they're going to make it 3 wide. Yes, 3 wide into the first chicane, and this is not going to go well if no one is going to back out of it. Scott Davely almost loses it, but Jorge Jesus manages to get the 2 positions. Will he break on time this time? Yes, he will. That was a nice move by Jorge Jesus, and here comes Stuart Brand in the grass there, lost it at the exit of the chicane, and Scott Davely recovers to 9th place. With Stuart is the worst off this battle, and he is down in 10th place. Dale Taylor is in 7th, 6th is Jim Buster, 5th is Jumbo, and this is Dale Taylor again in a good position. He has been affected by a couple of collisions, and look at that, that's the top 3, with the Diogo Silva now a little bit behind Darren Head after that almost losing it at the Parabolica. We still have quite a few laps to go. We are 8 laps. We are on the 8th lap, so we're going to start the 9th very soon. I think the leader has started the 9th lap already. Yes, he has. So that's 4 laps to go. Alonso Afonso, Jorge Jesus trying to salvage a little bit of a result here. He's in 8th place, but he's not that far behind 6th place. That's Dale Taylor and Jim Buster, with the two drivers there at the back. That's Scott Devley and Stuart Brandon. Look at that. That's Stuart is going to make a move here at the Parabolki. He wasn't quite close enough to go side by side, but now he's trying to go on the inside, and successfully Scott Devley sees him and gives him room, but now Scott is going to have the draft, so that's going to be quite interesting to see the first chicane and who is going to get it, as Scott Devley is coming back at Stewart, and that's a massive battle between these two. Very entertaining indeed, with the two drivers also respecting each other very much. And here comes Scott Devley on the inside. The Stewart defends and shuts the door, as he was entitled to in this particular occasion, and maintains that 9th place. Of course, on Fox Racing PlayStation we see battles throughout the field, and this is the battle for 6th place now, with Dale Taylor on the outside of the second chicane. Didn't quite work because there wasn't really any space whatsoever to make a move there. Alonso Afonso is the follower of these two cars, so nice battle here for 6th place in this race, in the final stages of this race. Look at this, George Jesus now is in the gravel, and is he going to spin? No, but he does lose a little bit of time, well, a lot of time to be precise, and definitely not what he wanted at the moment, as we only have a couple more laps to go, and he seems to be faster than the two drivers ahead, but now he's got to do it all over again, as Dale Taylor continues to find a way around Jim Buster. That's Jumbo there in the horizon. He's in 5th place. Jorge Jesus is again in the gravel. Jorge Jesus is having a disastrous race today. He is a fast driver, but not really consistent with this particular combo, and now he's dropped to 10th spot again, because he lost the position to Stuart Brand and also to Scott Devley. 12th drive. Oh, now this is Stuart Brand losing it, and here comes Scott Levy on the outside. Yes, he's going to overtake Stuart Brand again on the outside, but as before, Stuart is going to have the ability to draft, or is he? He seems to be a little bit too far behind Scott. Certainly not for this time, as Dale Taylor has actually overtaken Jim Buster. We didn't catch that on camera, but oh, look at that, almost contact there between Stewart and Scott Devley, and this is allowing Jorge Jesus to recover quite quickly that to the position where he was. Look at this now, Jim Buster is very, very close to Dale Taylor. Very nice battle as well here between these two drivers. A lot of respect between the two. Good to see wheel-to-wheel battle, which is not easy, of course, with an open-wheel car. But so far so good with that particular battle. Here comes now Jorge Jesus. He's a little bit frustrated because he thinks, ooh, he probably should be ahead of these drivers, but now it's quite a tricky situation. He's got to find a way around Stuart Brand and Scott Devley. Scott Devley almost lost it there, and he's in the grass there, and in the grass, and he's lost the position to both drivers as well. So Stuart Brand is up into 8th, Jorge Jesus is up into 9th, and George is now going to try to go into the inside at the Ascari chicane, and he is going to manage to do it. Yes, he's going to manage to do it, and is back into 8th spot, but he's now a few seconds behind Jim Buster and Dale Taylor, although these two drivers are battling, so they're going to lose a little bit of time. Stuart Brand trying to draft from Jorge, as Scott is trying to follow that particular train. Here is Diogo Silva, and where is he compared to Darren Head? Did he recover some time? Yes, is the answer. Yes, we still have a battle for 2nd place. Diogo Silva has recovered a little bit of ground, and he's only got 1 lap to go after this one, and he's still around a second behind. So he needs to, if he wants to have a chance, he certainly needs to put himself into a position to draft in these long straights from Darren. and I don't know if that's going to be possible, but he's certainly trying hard to do so now through the Ascari chicane, and Darren Head makes a small mistake there. Darren Head makes a small mistake there in the line, and now he's trying to break the draft already. Look at that, he's just weaving back and forth into the race, and Diogo following him. Now we do have a battle for second place, because this is the start of the last lap, but this is going to be the penultimate time they are going to be in this long straight. Look at this, Darren is trying to break the draft again from Diogo Silva, but here comes the Portuguese driver. This is absolutely critical. Look at this, Darren Head is trying to defend from Diogo Silva. This is the start of the last lap. Kev Allen is ahead of these two. No, Darren is going to go on the inside. Diogo Silva is going to go on the outside. No space there to make a move, and Darren Head protecting and making his car as wide as possible. But look at that now. This is the exit of the first chicane. Darren Head made a good exit, so did Diogo Silva. I don't think there's going to be a chance to make a move on the second chicane, and Diogo Silva is certainly running out of time quite quickly. Here we are on the last lap now. Can he do it? Can he just dive? No, not quite. He's saving perhaps his efforts for the last couple of straights, but that's perhaps a little bit too late. Look at this, into the first Lesmo. They go nose to tail for second place. Darren Head and Diogo Silva battling. These are two drivers at the top of their game in the last lap of this Monza race. Darren Head makes a small mistake there, and Darren Head is in the wall. Darren Head is in the wall. And that's the end of that particular battle, and that's a shame that Darren Head has made that mistake, because he's going to lose second place. He's not going to lose third place. He has a comfortable lead over Simon Allen. The race is about to finish, and Kev Allen is the commanding winner of this race. He certainly was the best driver today. He wins race 1 here at Monza. That's race number 7, and Kev Allen is going to win again, and that was a commanding performance. The man from Yorkshire, the winter champion, the 2020 champion, wins again in Old Fox Racing PlayStation. Diogo Silva in second place after that brilliant battle with Darren Head that only ended with that small mistake from Darren. In the second Lesmo, he finishes third, and he will be looking forward to a higher place in race 2. Simon Allen couldn't do better than fourth today. He was strong, but the top 3 were just in another planet today, and Simon Allen has to be happy with fourth. Jumbo, nice race there, very racy in the early stages, and gets rewarded with the 5th place. Look at this is Jim Buster and Dale Taylor, and that's going to be, Dale is going to try to overtake. Look at that, and he's going to go for it, and it's couldn't quite tell. Oh, look at this is Alonso Afonso again on Stuart Brand. And again, these two drivers are going to be separated by almost nothing at the finish, and we need definitely a photo finish there as well. Scott Davely in the 10th spot, 11th is going to be Frankie, and 12th is going to be Todd Antonio. 12 drivers here today, but we definitely need a photo finish and some confirmation between Jim Buster and Dale Taylor. It seems to me that Dale Taylor is appearing on the leaderboard in 6th place, and Stuart Brand also ahead of George Jesus, but we'll have to see the final confirmation, because that was literally nothing between these two pairs of drivers at the finish. Look at that, let's see what happened. Yes, Dale Taylor. Oh, George Jesus actually finished in 8th spot. What a finish. See you in race 2.